to our F3 podcast, where we discuss all things pertaining to faith, family, and finance. Okay, I am your host, Dr. Lionel M. Blair Sr., and I'm sitting next to my wonderful co host, my beautiful, gorgeous, perfect wife. Perfect in all of her ways. Look at her, y'all. She glowing like Jesus. Amen. She glowing like Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
Dr. Jasmine Blair. We got a good one for you today. As always, okay, remember, no subject is off limits. All right? So, we're going to kick it off to you, my wonderful wife.
All right. Well, I want to thank you again for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Shout out to all of our first-time viewers. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time we premiere a new episode. If you're listening to the audio version, same thing, hit the notification. That way you'll be notified every time we release a new episode. And you can check the link in the description, or if you're listening on the audio side, in the show notes, for how you can support this podcast so we can continue bringing you more great content. So today, we're definitely going to get into the finance piece. We're going to challenge your faith today, kind of challenge your mind and your thinking. Our topic today is, if the money is not there, go make it. Now, we all know that there's this principle of seed time and harvest time. We all know this is a biblical principle. But what happens during that in-between season where you feel like you're in a drought, where you've planted the seed, but you're now waiting for the harvest to come, and things are looking a little bit interesting while you're waiting for that harvest to come into fruition? So in today's episode, we're empowering you and challenging you to create, during your season of in-between, where it feels like a drought, to reach down and find the reservoir that God has given you, to be able to cooperate with him and partner with him so he's able to make a way out of no way. So I want to go ahead and kick it over to you to talk to us about that.
Well, the Bible says this in Deuteronomy 8:18, to remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that gives you the power to get wealth. That word power is dealing with your ability. And I got a whole deeper teaching on this, but he's giving you the power to get wealth. So that means that every human being has the divine enablement and ability from God to get wealth. And a lot of times, what I've discovered is that when we pray for something and we don't get an answer, either is a timing issue or it's the fact that he's already given it. And that's why a lot of your prayers, especially concerning finances, don't get answered. A lot of y'all be, oh God, bless me with this. Oh God, I need this. And oh God, but see,
you open.
Oh God, I need some money. Oh God, oh God, we calling on you, God. Oh God, we need an answer from you, oh Father. Yeah, oh my goodness. But we call on God because most Christians I've met, most of their needs are either health or wealth. Health or wealth. Those are some of the biggest needs of the saints, really, health or wealth. And most of them have more wealth than health. So he's giving you the power to get wealth. In other words, he's giving you divine ability to go get it. And a lot of times we're sitting around waiting on an answer. God is like, I've already given you the answer. I put the answer in you, and whatever you put your hands to, it will prosper. And again, the Bible says he's given us all things that pertain to life and godliness. Life, that's dealing with your livelihood, and godliness is dealing with your relationship with God and righteousness and all that. So he's made provision for your righteousness and your money. He's giving you everything. He's not going to give you anything else. The thing is that we have not been taught to access it by faith. We have not taught what it is and what we've been given access to by faith. So he's given us the power to get wealth. And I find that y'all sit around waiting on God for an answer, and God is just like, just get up and just go. You know, it's just like what he told Moses when Moses was, whining to God about, the Red Sea.
Right.
God is like, what have I put in your hands?
Come on.
Look at what's in your hands. And a lot of times your answer is in your hand, but you don't want to work the faith. And that's why you want God to do it. Because you're too lazy to do it and trust God to empower it and to breathe on it. Okay. Well, God told me I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, you ain't going to be a millionaire sitting around doing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, you need to learn the financial market. See, here's the thing. God puts the responsibility for our wealth in our hands. God is saying, if you just get up and do something, I'm going to prosper it.
Come on.
Okay. If you're good at baking cakes, my God, start baking cakes and start selling them. Believe God for a bakery. Start an LLC or something. At least get it started. And then work it. And then God will bless it.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you know you write books and you know you're good at writing, man, just write the book. Write the book. Study how to format a book and write the book. Write the book and put it out there. Put a little money into advertising. And guess what? God's going to bless it. You keep writing. You understand? What is it that you're good? Listen, I told somebody this, and honestly, you should have paid me for the information. For real. Because see, when I start talking like this and I start talking prophetically, y'all need to be paying me for this. But I'm going to give you a little bit for free. All right. You look at what you have. What do you have? What do you have? What are you knowledgeable in? Come on. Like, God has given you the power to get wealth. You have the power to get it. You're not working your power. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according to the power. The power that works in you. What is that power that God works with? The power that gives that. He says he's able to do it. Okay, exceedingly abundant above all you can ask or think, according to the power that works in you. So God partners with the power that's in you to produce what you need.
That's good.
Okay, and then once it starts being produced, he goes over and beyond.
Yes,
it's over. You already have the power within yourself to do it yourself. But when God partners with it, it explodes.
Come on,
it goes above and beyond. So a lot of times your prayers ain't being answered because he already answered it. It's just that you are too lazy to work your faith to produce that answer.
That's good. That's good. And I love what you said about the power within. Because many of us, you've got to discover what your real passion is. You know, I can't remember the exact statistics, but they were saying how a lot of people go to college, they get a degree. And again, stop. College ain't bad.
I ain't said it was bad, but
I enjoy college. Let me finish.
Some people.
I know you're not really that really wasn't your thing, but I liked college. You know, I had good grades.
God bless college.
I finished on time. Amen. Bless God. I didn't take 8 years to finish, but most people end up in another field than what they got their degree in.
Wasted money.
And we talked yes. And we've talked a little bit about this because for a lot of us, what we end up growing up to be is not what's really purposed in us. Watch this. I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna help y'all. What we grow up to be is not really what's purposed in us. So maybe when you were younger, you had mama, daddy, aunt, uncle. Oh, you should be a doctor. You should be a lawyer. You should be a this. You should be a scientist. You should be that. And so we grow up, well, I don't know what I want to do. My mom said I should be this. My dad said I should be this. And we don't have a time of discovery to discover our true purpose and our true passion within us. So then people go to school, get these careers, and understand you could be successful at anything. You know, you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point in life where you feel anxious. You feel unfulfilled. You feel muted, you feel trapped down, you feel boxed in because you've made a career, you've made a lifestyle with something that you're good at now that is not a part of your call. It's something that you were never placed on this earth to do. And see, this is why we've got to get to the place. And if you've got children, listen, this is the best. Underage children is the best time to really pray and seek God and to discover their actual purpose. Your career should be lining up with your purpose. In today's day and age, it's a lot easier now than it was 10 or 15, 20 years ago, to publish a book, to start a business, to have an online store, to, sell your handmade crafts. We've got all types of avenues available now that were not available to us 10 or 15 years ago.
For real.
So
major difference.
Now you're in a place where you've got to discover your true passion. And some people, the Lord has given me this now. Some of you, what you are experiencing is your temporary upset and reset. Your temporary upset and reset. See, because once you realize you're not on the right path, now you've got to break this cycle. So it's going to be some upset. Things are going to look interesting and ugly because now you're literally changing the trajectory of your life in the course of your purpose. You're shifting it back to where it's supposed to be. And if you've ever broke a bone, it's one of the most painful things because now they've got to shift the bone that's already broken and set it back to where it's supposed to be and then hold that already broken bone in place long enough for it to fuse back together. It takes time. It's painful. You got to be careful. You got to be gentle. You got to be delicate during that healing process so you don't re-break it while it's trying to heal. Some of us, you end up re-breaking the trajectory of your purpose and destiny because you're like, okay, this ain't working. This ain't panning out the way I thought it was. Oh, this ain't it. I'm going to just go. And then you shift back over to something else that may be a great opportunity for somebody, but not for you. And now you've got to shift back in alignment where you're supposed to be. You've got to stay the course long enough to see it work for you. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. You got to stay the course long enough to see it work for you. And if you know what God said, and you know the passion and the power that's within you, this is your plan A and there's no plan B. Stay on plan A. See, some of us, let me help you. Oh my gosh. You start to doubt yourself because everybody else ain't doing what you're doing. Yes, I said ain't. Everybody else ain't doing what you're doing.
Ain't.
But sometimes the reason why everyone else ain't doing what you're doing is because God put it in you to be a forerunner and a trailblazer for what you're doing. God placed it in you. So you've got to discover the true passion and the true power that is within you. And that is the course that you need to be set on. That's what you need to be running after. You need to be chasing after it, no matter what sense it makes to other people. You've got to know, because at the end of your life, if you want to live a life that's poured out, a life where you're hearing, well done, good and faithful servant, a life where you have achieved the very reason why you have been placed on this earth, then you've got to get to a quiet place and shut the noise out and the voices out and get by yourself before God so that you can hear that still quiet voice about what God has called you to do and what he has purposed for you to do on this earth in the first place. Some of you, you've been doing something for 10, 15, 20, 30 years that was never in your purpose to do. So you may have to go through a season of downsizing, downgrading, readjusting, realigning until you figure out what you're actually supposed to be doing. Because you do not want to drift through life mindlessly, emotionless, not attached to what you're doing. Every day you're getting, we say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I'm gonna tell you, it's insanity to get up and go do something every day that makes you miserable. You know, if this was a bad marriage or a bad relationship, we would tell somebody they need to get out of it, right? If this was a situation where this person was being abused, we tell them, are you not abusing yourself mentally, emotionally, to go do something every single day that you hate for 20, 30, 40 years, that you have no desire, you lack passion. Now, understand the balance here, because yes, some people just have an issue with responsibility. And there comes a point in time where you're going to have to do things that you don't feel like doing, that you don't want to do. I'm not talking about that. All right. I'm talking about doing something responsibly, effectively, consistently, but it does not align with your purpose. You're only going to go so far in it, because your gifts and talents, the true ones, the passion and power inside of you that God gave you, are not going to shine because you're not aligned with where you're actually supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So for some of you, you might even be in a career field that's becoming obsolete now. You know, they're with technology changing. Some of the things that we used to have people doing, we're already starting to phase out. And within the next 5 or 10 years, you might not be able to be a cashier like that. You know, I remember we were talking about a year ago, and one of the things that I shared with you, and I said the landscape of service jobs was changing. And I said within the next 10 years, it will become more normal for people to have a personal service job like DoorDash or Instacart or these types of things. You know, these are things that people have taken on as side hustles, you know, especially during the pandemic. But in the next 5 or 10 years, that will be a normal form of work, because they're phasing out cashiers. They're phasing out a lot of retail associate jobs, because they've either got self-checkout or you're buying the stuff on the internet and they shipping it right to your house. So we're going to see more service jobs, more people delivering packages. Maybe you bought your own personal van and you're working for yourself as a contractor, dropping off packages and stuff like that. These jobs are going to become more normal. So as things are putting you in a position they're already shifting people to kind of start working for themselves. You see what I'm saying? It's less responsibility on them. It's less expensive for them. Let's be honest. It's less expensive for them having an employee. So the signs of society are pointing already for you to get up and go out and start to do for yourself. Something you want to share?
You have to study the times you're in.
That part.
And see what you're good at, right? Mm-hmm. Or what you're skilled in. Sometimes you may have to work a skill that you have that you don't want to work. All right? You have to see what you have and see what you can offer society.
That part.
Because, see, you get paid according to the needs you meet. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me say that again. You get paid according to the needs that you meet. Yes. So you have to see, what is it that I have that can be offered, that can meet a need. Because that's how you're going to get paid. But then also you have to learn how to convert your skill over. I met somebody one time where this person was good with computers, but they were good with the old style computers back in the day. Now with this new level of technology and stuff, they don't know what to do. So now because you have not invested in your craft, now your skill is becoming obsolete. Becoming obsolete. So you can't just have a skill or a craft. You have to be dedicated to the progression of your skill or your craft.
Come on.
Okay. You have to be dedicated to the progression of it. All right. So I'm telling you. Yes. I'm telling you, because see, you know, like she said, the customer service world, period, is changing. Yes. Everything is becoming digital. So you better learn how to work technology. Okay. If you want to be effective in this day and time, you better learn how to work technology. You better have a good social media presence. And some people don't got a good, well, I don't get into all that TikTok and I don't get into all that Facebook. You better learn it. At least learn the basics of it. I don't consider myself an expert, but I know the basics.
Come on.
I know how to, I listen. You better learn how to send, edit, okay, type, all of that.
Or hire somebody that knows how.
You better learn, because a lot of times people will not follow you if you don't have a good social media presence. Nowadays, before jobs hire you, they go to your Facebook page. Huh? This is a social media, digital internet generation. And if you don't know how to work it, you better be fortunate enough to have somebody else to work it for you.
That's it.
If not, then that's money you're losing.
Come on.
That's money you're losing. If you can't convert your skill into digital, to something that can be utilized and marketed digital in some kind of way, you are losing money. You are losing money. You know, a lot of, a lot of us, we get paid to speak, but guess what? Everybody ain't coming to conference rooms like that no more. I mean, they still do. But with the pandemic and stuff, everybody definitely ain't coming now. You better learn how to do an online course and monetize your knowledge.
Online conference, online workshop, seminar.
They got online churches now. I mean, membership online. Membership online. You better get with the program. Okay? All of y'all trying to stay in the brick and mortar and the natural, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I believe buildings will always be relevant. Yes. But at the same time, if you don't have a digital presence, if your digital presence is not bigger than your physical presence, then you're losing money. You're losing money. So, with that being said, some of you may not have been dealt some of you may have been dealt a deck of cards that was empty.
Come on, talk about it.
You may not have had a good start in life.
Yeah,
me, I didn't have a good start. Okay, but now people pay to hear me talk.
Come on,
huh?
Some of y'all missed that.
People pay to hear me talk. Okay, I own a business. I haven't worked a secular job in over a decade.
Come on.
I author books. I get paid to talk. Okay. I'm a traveling preacher too. So I do that too. You understand? My mouth get me paid. Why do you think I talk so much? Not because I like it. Remember, you got to do stuff you like. I don't like a bunch of talking. Ask my wife. When I'm at home, a lot of times I'm quiet. Okay. But see, when it's lights, camera, action, my mouth getting me paid. My mouth is getting me paid because people pay me for my knowledge and my expertise on spiritual matters, on matters pertaining to wisdom, okay, in certain sciences and things like that. People pay me. And by the way, if you need somebody to come speak at your event, okay, you need somebody, you need some people to do workshops, okay, business workshops, leadership workshops, and stuff like that. We're available. Yes, we are. Yeah, people call on us for our leadership expertise. I remember this is about probably about a year ago or so now. Shoot, a pastor brought us in to prophesy to his entire team. Okay, okay. So your expertise can get you. Your gifts will make room for you, huh? Your gifts, spiritual and natural, will make room for you. Okay. And I'm gonna say this: if you have not been dealt a good hand, throw the whole doggone hand out. Okay,
that part.
Okay, matter of fact, get a new deck.
Boom.
Get a new deck. Screw that hand. Okay, listen. You may not have the education or the skills. I am a high school dropout. You hear me? I ain't telling you to drop out of school. I'm just saying the path that I walked. I am a high school dropout. And I make more than most of my critics. Oh, glory, I felt that. Hi, yeah. Oh, I felt that. Most people got something to say about me. They don't make more than me. Your money ain't long enough. So the point is that you can take what you know and monetize it. A lot of millionaires are high school dropouts too. Okay, that goes to show that you can make it no matter what hand you was dealt, no matter where you've been through, what you've been through, where you come from. Some of the richest people come from the poorest conditions, and you see them now where they are, but you don't see how they started.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't too late to start. Some people started in their 30s. Some people started in their 40s and 50s, okay, and became multimillionaires, became wealthy. So don't think, well, it's just too late. I ain't gonna do. No, 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 no. That is a piss poor excuse. I said it. And see, we're good at eliminating excuses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Look at me as an example. Listen, there's been seasons I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but all I knew is I had a skill,
Mm-hmm.
I had gifts, I had talents, and I just had to package it a certain way, and it got me paid.
And if you don't have any skills, learn new skills.
Learn.
In the day of the internet, if you don't, I mean, you can learn anything online, good and bad stuff, unfortunately. But if you don't have a skill, there are websites where you can learn free skills. You can take free classes. You can learn how you learn admin skills. You can learn email. You can learn SEO analytics. There's a lot of great things that you can learn on the internet for free. But it's about you disciplining yourself and investing the time to be able to get in a place to get those things done and to see it succeed. You know, that's the real reality of it. So you're going to have to push beyond what you typically do and to eliminate those excuses. Set aside an hour a day to learn. Most people who are wealthy are still in a place of learning, whether they're reading, whether they're at seminars, whether they're going through magazines, listening to audiobooks or what have you. You have got to be in a habit of learning. Maybe college or traditional learning was not your thing, but there are other ways to learn out here. But see, you've got to now, in the process of this, you've got to deal with you too now. You've got to deal with those roadblocks within yourself and whatever weaknesses that you have. You're going to have to use those as areas of opportunity to grow and to blossom beyond the weaknesses that you have. That's going to be very, 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 very key. And you're going to have to learn how to solve a problem in your own way that nobody else can. Listen, let me tell you something. You have millions of people doing the same thing. All right. No matter what field you're in, people talk about, oh, well, niche down. And I'm not against that. But let's be honest. Every market is quote unquote saturated. All right. There's people everywhere doing everything. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. So whatever you thought of, everybody else done thought of already. Do not let that stop you. The thing that you've got to ask yourself is what separates me from the millions of other people doing this?
Right.
What separates me? Because the thing is, there can be a million people doing the same thing, but there's not a million yous. You're going to have to find what's unique, what's special, what's ideal, what's intricate, and what is important and necessary in you, because that is what sets you apart from the other millions of people. Right. People will end up buying from you because of you. People will end up supporting you or choosing you because of you. Yes, there's 50 million other people doing the same thing. You know, if you're in insurance, there's a million people selling insurance, but you end up picking your insurance agent. Why? Because you like them, because they're funny, because they're helpful, because they're thoughtful. Keeping that same analogy, what is it about you that's going to make people choose you over somebody else? So you've got to find those qualities about you and capitalize on them. We're talking about ethically now. Find the stuff about you that everybody loves about you and incorporate that into what you're doing.
Yeah, because there's certain restaurants that we go to, we ask for a certain waitress.
Yeah. And we can eat anywhere.
Yeah. You know, certain restaurants we like to go to just for certain people.
Yeah.
You know, because their personality is pleasant, they're pleasant to be around, they're a pleasure to talk to, and things like that.
Absolutely. So you're going to have to find those unique areas in you and really, really, really start to capitalize on them in the right way. Learn how to solve your problem in a way that nobody else can. Because the thing about it is, you are in there. It all deals with you, your approach to it. You can say the same thing that a million other people are saying it, but maybe you have humor along with it. Maybe you point out the points in a way that people can understand it better. Maybe most people say, you know what, this is something that's difficult to do, but you know what? You broke it down so easy that I get it now. I
Come
feel
on.
comfortable. I feel like working with you, I'm not going to be ashamed or embarrassed. I
Come
feel
on.
like working with you, you're going to be able to really walk me through and answer those hard hitting questions that I feel like everybody skips over. Or, you know, working with you, I feel like you're just going to do a more thorough job. And I like the fact that you make extra, extra, extra sure that I understand what's going on and that I'm getting the value of my money. Find whatever it is. It can be something that simple that's going to set you apart from millions of other people.
So, with that being said, make sure that you stay original.
Yes.
You stay true to yourself. You know how many people told me, okay, for example, in the preacher circuit,
Uh-huh.
you know how many people told me, Blair, you can't keep talking like that. You can't keep saying it because ain't no doors gonna open for you, and people ain't gonna bring you in, and the white people ain't gonna bring you in, because that's where the money is, the white people and stuff. Man, listen, I'm surrounded with nothing but white people. Okay, I'm surrounded with nothing but my white brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? Got some black ones too, but a lot of my Caucasian brothers and sisters love me.
Vanilla family.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because I stayed true to myself. And I remember when I preached on one of the biggest platforms ever. The pastor's Caucasian, and he said, "Brother," he said, "the same guy I've met on Facebook is the same guy I want in that pulpit."
Come on now.
He said, "I can't stress enough. Be yourself." What am I saying? It may take you a little bit longer, just a little bit. It may take you a little bit longer when you stay original. But guess what? You won't have to compromise and kiss behind when you start moving up.
Come on.
Because if you got to kiss behind to get there, you got to kiss behind to stay there. And then guess what? You bring down your value, your integrity, and things like that. So, don't allow yourself to be bought. Listen, I have I've turned down opportunities that would have caused me to uh not stick to who I am and how I felt like God made me to be. You know, yeah, I'll give you this. All you got to do is break away from this person, betray that relationship, and come over here. No, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. I trust God with my prosperity.
That's
I
right.
trust God with my business. I trust God with my ministry. Stay true to yourself. Now, staying true to yourself don't mean that you don't have to improve.
Come on now.
Okay, because there's some things I had to change. There's some presentations and things I did have to change, but the message didn't change.
That part.
You understand? The motive and the method did not change. Okay, so you may need to improve some things about your personality, your tone, your presentation, how you dress, how you look, however, how you're packaged overall.
Mm-hmm.
But you stay true to the heart and the mission of what it is that you're doing. You stay true to yourself in that regards. I guarantee you, when God blows this thing up in your life, okay, He gonna blow it up for you. I'm trying to. I'm living proof of staying true to yourself, because a lot of people try to sway me differently. Come on, a lot of people try to sway me differently. So I'm telling you, you know, you got to stay true to you and never allow yourself to be bought. So with that being said, listen, I hope you all enjoyed this. Um, listen, money is in you. There's a scripture that says, you know, we have a treasure in earthen vessels. So there's a treasure in you, okay, that's going to produce treasure in your life. You have to begin to discover the treasure in you. And a lot of times we think it's the super deep stuff. Sometimes it can be something so simplistic that can be used to meet needs, bless people.
Yes, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? It can be something so simplistic. You may be good at cooking. I remember my great grandmother was really good at cooking. I mean, she made them rolls from scratch. Nobody can make them rolls. Like nobody can make them rolls. She could have made a killing off of them rolls by itself, and she would have monetized that.
I think somebody might have needed some food with the rolls, though.
Man, them rolls, like the way she made them. Like I've had people try to imitate them, but no, the way she had a special touch on them rolls. And I don't eat rolls like that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm not a roll eater. Okay, but my God, the way she made them rolls, like I'm still reminiscing on the taste. I'm trying to bring it back to me right now. My mouth is salivating right now. But I'm telling you, like my grandmother cooked. My great grandmother cooked so much good food. Like and I don't eat chitlins no more. But the way she made chitlins was good. I don't eat chitlins no more. But she had this pie called lemon pie. And it ain't lemon meringue because I can't stand lemon meringue.
Yeah,
Yuck.
No, we don't.
Meringue is disgusting.
Meringue is not allowed in this house.
No, don't. You don't ever bring me nothing meringue because I'm not gonna tell you now. I'm not gonna eat it. I'll say thank you, and then once you leave, I throw it in the trash. But I forgot how she made it, and my other grandma on the other side, she was mad at me because before my great grandmother passed, I didn't get the recipe. She was like, "You could have got that recipe."
That's all right.
So it was this pie, and then it had like cheesecake texture, but it was lemon. And I don't like. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of super lemony cakes and pies like that anyway. So and then you topped it with cool. Oh my god! Like every time I used to come over her house, like she used to make it for me. And one time I bought it home and I didn't want to share it with nobody.
Lord,
I didn't want to share it with nobody. It was that good. Lord. So she made me the rolls and the lemon pie. My great grandmother could have made millions off of that, selling that. I'm trying to tell you. So the point is,
as simple as baking a pie.
As simple as baking a pie. If it make me feel like that, if it make extended members of my family feel like that, because people mad at me till this day because I didn't get her recipe. We're
gonna pray for them.
Yeah. So what is in your hands to produce? What is it that you have? Nowadays, and I'm not saying I'm a fan of this, but they have professional cuddlers now. You know that?
I saw some of that ridiculousness.
I'm not a fan of it, but see, that's an example of people making their ability, their natural abilities money, and I mean they make a killing. The more professional cuddlers and stuff. I'm not a fan of it now. Not a fan of it, but I'm just using it as an example. They're making a killing. These people are making more than the average person. I forgot the numerics of it all, of how much they was making, but they're making a whole lot of money. We got somebody up there in Richmond who does that.
So if somebody can get paid doing that
for hugging people,
there is a talent in you.
Right.
There is a purpose that the Lord has placed in you that you can ethically monetize and morally monetize, and to change the trajectory of where you are.
Well, there's some preachers out there that talking about doing it. Become a professional cuddler.
You have any closing remarks for the people today?
You don't have to become a professional cuddler to make money. You don't have to. That was just an example, y'all. It was an example. Some of y'all gonna take that and run with it.
Well, they said no. Find something else ethical and moral to do that you could sleep at night and be proud to. If you wouldn't be proud to tell your children or tell the school what you do for a living, I wouldn't advise that.
Oh, nowadays in time they accept anything. Some folks don't care.
But Thank you guys for joining us. This has been a great episode. Listen, we want to empower you and encourage you. Go make it. The power to get wealth is inside of you. God has placed everything that you need inside of you. And part of your life's journey, in addition to growing in your walk and your salvation, is to discovering your ultimate purpose, that He has placed you here for His kingdom will and agenda. Definitely make sure you check the links and find out how you can support the show. Until next time on the F3 podcast. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.